years ago, my brother lived in a downstairs apartment, and the folks that had the place that he rented from had the thermostat upstairs for the air conditioning system, and during the summer it would get very hot down there, so he would, because they wouldn't turn the thermostat down for the air to get cool air, he had to put a fan right next to his bed to keep himself cool at night. And one night during the summer he was laying there sleeping, and he woke up just drenched in sweat because it was so hot downstairs. He couldn't sleep, and as he's waking up in between sleeping and being awake, he looks over at the foot of his bed, and he sees what he thinks looks like a huge cockroach sitting there. And he's not really sure because he's halfway between twilight and being awake, and as his eyes focus, he sees, is that a cockroach? Is there really that big of a cockroach sitting at the end of my bed? And so finally he starts to wake up even more, and he says, that is a cockroach. So he looks to the head of his bed and on the board side, and he grabs a book, and he slowly stands up, and he watches this cockroach, and he starts to understand that it really is a cockroach. And the more he observes the cockroach, the more he can see that it's like it's hurting. It's not moving correctly. It's like it's sick. And the more he watches it, he sees that the cockroach is just as hot as he is, and he can't hardly move. And the cockroach is sticking his head as close to the fan as possible. And its little antennas are waving in the breeze, trying to cool off, but it's so hot in the room. And he watches this cockroach, and it's like the cockroach looks to him like, it's so freaking hot in here. And they both look at each other, and he says, I expect the cockroach to run off, but it doesn't. It just looks at me like, it's hot in here. And he puts his head back in the fan, and his little antennas are blowing in the breeze. And so finally he starts to wake up and thinks, I gotta kill this cockroach. So he takes the book and blam, he hits it. And the cockroach kind of falls over and gets back up. It's like, man, what the hell is hot in here? Can't you see I'm trying to get cool? He hits the cockroach again. It falls over dead. Finally its pain is gone because it's dead. It's not hot anymore. That's the end of the cockroach story.